Welcome back to the SMT Media Network. Folks, I had to do a video on this. I feel like I owe it to my viewers, my subscribers. I'm sure a lot of people are wanting to hear their, favorite YouTube content creators speak on this matter. And that is the Bleacher Report Top 100 list. I didn't look at the whole list. I don't really put a lot of weight into nationally publication-based opinions on all-time greats. But for the most part, there's really not much wrong with the list. You have some of the most amazing players to ever play the game included on this list, and they probably only move by a couple of spots amongst all of us. You, me, your cousin, your best friend. If you have this conversation about where these players are, chances are all of them are within a couple of spots. There is, however, one problem, and it's uniform. Everybody probably agrees with it, and that's Kobe is misplaced and Steph is misplaced. I think the rest of it's good. You got Joker in there, which is pretty cool. You got the big ticket Kevin Garnett's in there. Jerry West is in there, right? You get the legacy players who were so influential, so great, amazing in their era. You got Hakeem in there. Thank goodness he finally gets into an important list. I got him higher personally, but it's not worth arguing. I got Duncan in there, Shaq, Bill Russell is in there. It's a beautiful list. A lot of people would agree with a lot of these things. They got MJ1, they got Bron 2, they got Kareem 3. I'd be changing some of that stuff, personally. A lot of people put Bird and Magic closer. But let's just talk about Kobe out of the top 10. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. What I mean is the national media never liked Kobe Bean Bryant. They were basically waiting for him to pass to do this, to disrespect him to the point of no return, because there's nothing he can say or do at this point. And to be honest with you, he wouldn't care. He would just smirk, he would smile, and he'd probably hold up a fistful of rings, right? Kobe dropped 80-some points in a game. This guy took over games in ways, if you never watched it, you wouldn't believe it. Very few players you'd watch him play and say, you know what, every time this guy shoots, it's probably going in. That nobody wants to talk about the all-NBA defense 9 times, first team. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to talk about the championships he won without Shaq. They want to talk about the ones with Shaq and then rank Shaq ahead of him, that sort of stuff. But this is perfect. This is exactly what the national media should have done. They should have done what they've always done, which is disrespect and discount the legacy of Kobe Bean Bryant. I have a pledge personally, and that is moving forward, whenever someone asks me who is the GOAT, the greatest player of all time, my answer moving forward is Kobe Bryant. No arguments. I'm not going to change my opinion. Kobe Bryant is the best NBA player I've ever seen. And he's the greatest player of all time, and I'm not changing my answer for anyone. It is official. I'm literally not just doing this out of spite. I'm doing it because it can be justified. The way he played the game, he loved the fans. He loved the game. It gave him so much. He gave so much back. He gave up his body for the sport. Like, he was literally falling apart. He went all the way to the wheels fall off. There's guys on this list that didn't do that. There's guys on this list that did do that. There's guys on this list that prioritize fame. There's guys on this list that prioritize fortune. Kobe didn't care about any of those things. He embodied the great player, the legend, the legacy of someone who did everything for all the right reasons for the game. Not every player on this list did that. There's a lot of players that did, but not everybody did. And that's very obvious. You can probably name the ones that don't. And this is not a knock on Steph being. It's not even that Steph is ahead of Kobe. It's that Kobe's just not in the top 10, right? A lot of people say that's disrespectful. This is national media. This is what they do. This is what they've always done to Kobe. And media machines that pushed MJ, to be the GOAT. And media machines that pushed LeBron to be the GOAT. And just the pushing aside of players like Kareem and Russell and Duncan and just everybody else and Wilt, right? The most dominant player that's ever played in the NBA is Wilt Chamberlain. Everybody says Shaq. Wrong. Everything on this list is par for the course. This has become normalized national media perspective. They have decided who is the greatest. They won't change. They're consistent. This is exactly what they've done to Kobe. I ain't mad at them, but fuck them though. Moving forward, the greatest player in NBA history is Kobe being Bryant, and I don't give a damn what anybody has to say about it. Moving forward, you guys will be hearing that from me every single damn time. Kobe's legacy is safe here on the SMT Media Network. Fuck all these losers.